It's almost Halloween, and that means this year's Fortnitemares event has begun, this time when the game isn't in the early phases of its life cycle last year when nobody played it, and thus you could now sell those OG Ghoul Trooper skins for 4 figures. There was a patch released yesterday morning to kick off the event, which was then subsequently temporarily removed because of matchmaking issues before finally being hotfixed back again, since we're talking about 2 steps forward, 1 step back Epic Games here. In order to reclaim that #1 spot on Twitch from that other shooter du jour, Black Ops 4, they're taking a page out of Blackout's book and putting AI directly in the Battle Royale mode alongside of other players. Apparently Kevin has some super sperm because the cube fragments left behind by his spunk near the corrupted areas and smaller ones in random spots around the map turn into cube fiends and brutes, which once you defeat them will not only drop some sweet loot, but will also give some shield like its parent back in Season 5. In order to accomplish this, 2 new weapons, and by new I mean previously vaulted items that are now basically cosmetic only changes from the originals, with the 6-shooter revolver and Field Hunter crossbow that is a 7-bolt mag instead of 5, but does 4 times the damage to fiends, so they're good for getting rid of the shit that gets in the way of playing the actual game. Oh, and that's not all with weapons, as rocket launchers now have the infamous pumpkin heads for rockets, which is a visual only change. For gameplay impacting changes brought about with this patch, the hand cannon got a buff, probably to distinguish it more from the 6-shooter, with increased damage to structures as well as long-range body and headshot damage, along with increasing the stink bomb's drop rate, in case you're not yet sick of fog machines on houses for people that clearly fit right into the creepy decorations this time of year. There's even more gameplay alterations with this patch, as the down but not out damage has increased by giving 2 damage per second instead of 2 damage every other second, meaning you'll be dead in less than a minute versus over a minute and a half, because nobody's gonna come revive your dumbass that didn't land near the group. The storm has also been changed to not wait like a guy for his shit getting dressed before going out, as Phase 3 the wait time is now 90 seconds from 120, Phase 5 is now 50 seconds from 70, and in late game circles there is no wait time, as it will continue moving the instant it gets to its destination. However, to make up for this Star Wars trash compactor-esque circle pushing, the maximum damage from the storm has been lowered from 10 to 8 per tick. This new storm mechanic is also probably the result of being able to redeploy your glider similar to the soaring game modes in the regular modes now. By hitting the space bar at the prompt when greater than 10 meters off the ground, you can glide down for people that actually prefer movement over hiding in the survival game, incentivizing people that don't play like fuck trumpets. More on gliders later, as you already know some data mining took place on the new code, but wait, just like a Billy Mays commercial, there's more for the Fortnitemares event. The iconic battle bus even got in on the decorating spirit with an orange balloon, jack-o'-lanterns, and candles. The lobby menu screen now looks like a scene out of one of those torture porn movies that passes for horror nowadays, and there's even event-specific challenges for everyone to complete. The first set of challenges include both destroying and dealing damage with ARs or pistols to cube monsters, as well as visiting corrupted areas in different matches, which you're gonna have to do in order to get those first 2 challenges done anyway, so that's easy peasy. And finally, dancing at different gargoyles, which you could find at the locations on the map, which I have in the video now. As a reward for completing these challenges, you'll get the Deadfire outfit that comes with the shackled back bling and dark shard pickaxe. There will be new challenges every few days, and if you complete the final set, you'll get the Dark Engine glider, which is a chugga fuck you to people that actually finish the checklist, because this is a shitty fucking reward. Speaking of challenges, there's also the Battle Pass ones for week 5 that include 3 for plebs that don't have access to their mom's credit card for having a speed of 25 or more on 5 different radar guns, although it doesn't say what the speed unit is, miles per hour or kilometers per hour, so you're just gonna have to guesstimate. Jumping through 5 flaming hoops with a shopping cart or ATK, and finally, in non-vehicle related ones, doing 200 damage with a tac shotgun, which is much easier than a pump, because then you'll have to do it at least 21 times with the infamous 9 damage shots. And for those that need to throw down extra money for a carrot to dangle, the first is to eliminate someone closer than 5 meters away, which you could do in conjunction with that shotgun challenge. Second is to deal 200 damage with SMGs to opponents, which is easy unless you're playing the game wrong. Third is 2 minigun eliminations, but why would you use that gun on anything other than taking down opponents' buildings? And lastly, dealing 200 damage with standard pistols, so don't even bother using that new 6-shooter from the patch. Complete them all, and you'll get the leaked 5 loading screen here that depicts Calamity chasing after Bella from Twilight, like those people sick of those young adult sham jobs milking an easy fanbase. With leaked loading screens also means leaked items to play dress up with in a shooter like Rosa and Dante with the Spirit Cape and Calavera back bling, Spirit Glider, and 6-string Striker Harvester to round out this Dia de los Muertos inspired set for people that will exploit the culture of, but reject in actuality the caravan going on in Mexico. Summit Striker with the top-notch back bling to remind you of the non-building meta before C4 was vaulted, and the Frostbite collection that was previously only available in certain bundles with a skin, freezing point back bling, and chill axe harvester, along with the seemingly lone longhorn pickaxe that's really not part of any set. But since it's been 6 games since the team was upset by Maryland, maybe Epic figured now is the right time for all you Texas fans. The Guan Yu skin and associated items with that collection haven't hit stores and are also in the data mine goods, as well as some new items for the Samsung Galaxy promo skin collection in the form of a galactic disc, back bling, discovery glider, and stellar axe harvester, which are only available as part of the promo package and will not be included in the item shop. There's also some new emotes, including this one for basic bitches too busy on their phone to enjoy their miserable lives, crisscross, that's basically the holding in P emote reused assets, juggling, which would have been better to release with those clown skins a few weeks back, and the headbang left over from the previous news video. Lastly, in leaked cosmetics are a new emoji, banner, and spray indicating that a player has no life the game in order to get to level 100 on their battle pass. Additionally, there are not just cosmetics in the coming soon black hole, as according to leaks, an antelope drivable vehicle and oil slick trap with a description that it creates a slippery surface similar to the recently added freeze traps have been found in the files for the 6.20 patch. There are no visual assets, and the vehicle does have a boost effect asset only, but these are clearly in the very early stages of development, so the only animals in this game for now are your pets and the stagnant ones found around the map. Speaking of the map, the Leaky Lake portal has received assets that point to 6 different portal stages, which could indicate that it's going to be a bit longer before the lake returns to its previous state, all while it's still a place that nobody likes to drop. Lastly, in news, even though Epic seems to be merging its Save the World mode with Battle Royale in the event with AI included in the Battle Royale mode, the actual Save the World portion of Fortnite, which is currently at least $40, will not be made free to play during this year. Epic Games in a blog post outlined their rationale behind the decision, which included focusing on doing lots of big improvements, but really, I think there's 2 bigger reasons. One, why make the game free when it's part of the funding for the assload of developers working on the project, as well as having to figure out the V-Bucks reward system for the co-op mode, since if people are not paying up front, they shouldn't get rewarded on the back end. And secondly, more importantly, it would mean that Fortnite would leave early access or its beta phase, meaning there's no fucking way it would update the game as often as it does because of console certification restrictions on patches. Games in beta do not have the same rigorous process and therefore can be updated at a more frequent rate. One of the things that is a big reason why Fortnite is so popular because of all of the shiny new objects being added all of the time. If you do, however, want to play the most grindy horde mode known to man, it's half off on all platforms for all editions of the game starting this week. Anyways, have you started the Fortnitemares event, and what are your thoughts? Let me know down below. I've been the Schwantz27, out like a light before sex. Until next time.